We're on. We're on. How's it going, guys? And here at the Game Worn Exchange Warehouse, we have hockey royalty in the house today. Royalty? Is that a good introduction?
You can do the introduction.
Goalie Queen of Canada?
I wouldn't call myself that, but you can do what you want.
Ann-Renée Desbiens, Ann-Renée Desbiens in the house. What's up? ARD. So we have Andre sitting here. He's your agent. He called you ARD, and I was like, that sounds so cool that you could call her ARD. Am I allowed to call you that too?
Yes, you can call me that too.
It sounds like a deadly
weapon. We can make
it work.
Yeah.
Canada's secret weapon, ARD, sitting here with us.
Sounds like a secret agent. Secret code name. Yeah.
So yeah, guys, a really special day. ARD. That's all I want to say. Ann-Renée, on est québécois, but we're going to do this in English just for you. Mais tu peux glisser des mots québécois here and there for Quebec.
Ça fonctionne.
On t'adresse présentement.
Ouais.
On parle québécois.
Oui.
We're going to do it in English just for you guys. She brought some special pieces to our HQ today. Some real game-worn memorabilia that has seen some real action. And you know us, we love art. This is what we live on. It's collector items.
Yep.
And the fact that you're here today with them and that you could tell us about the story of each pieces, it just makes it extra special.
Okay, where do you want to start? I guess I brought 3 sets today, so we'll start with that.
You got some sticks too?
Yeah, sticks as well, so a little bit of everything.
I gotta ask you though, so you as a goalie, do you have any attachments to your memorabilia?
I do have some attachments to some of it, so you probably won't see all of them here. I'm gonna keep some home for sure.
Wait, you didn't bring your Olympic mask?
No, Olympic. None of my mask are here.
No.
Keeping my mask for now, working on a display at home to keep them.
Nice.
I think they're by far my favorite piece of equipment.
Yeah.
I include personal things on them when I design them. Some less personal, and they're also unique that there's never 2 that are the same.
Mm-hmm.
Well, with gear, somebody can copy your gear pretty easily and kind of have the same design. So a helmet is truly unique and special. So I'm keeping those.
So all of your masks from the beginning of your career to now, you like to keep them?
I did not keep all of them. I kept, some of them are exposed, like in university kept 1 or 2 of them. I think the one at the All-Star game, NHL All-Stars, I sent to the Hall of Fame. So they do like kind of display with them on the road, things like that.
Olympics 2018.
Olympics 20. I kept all my Olympics, World Championship 1. I have those, and then with the league too, I'm gonna keep all of them as well.
That makes us feel better. It's with her still.
Yeah, they are with me or on display somewhere else.
Okay, gotcha. But we got some pretty cool items though. Like for me personally, after the mask, what I prefer is the pads. Like a lot of people like jerseys, but for me, I find the goalie pads are so special because of just like the colors. And when you're watching the game, you're really like watching the goalies play with those. Can you tell us a little bit? We're gonna go through each piece together afterwards, but a little bit, what did you bring for us to have here?
So I brought a few different ones, and I agree. That's my second favorite part because that's the thing you can recognize the easiest. That's the biggest thing you can see. And as a goalie, it's also very unique. I brought 3 different sets. This time around, I brought my inaugural set from the PWHL. Year 1, we worked so long to have our professional league. We finally had it. So that is...
Which year was that?
2023. So
2023 inaugural season.
So inaugural season.
You don't want to keep those?
No, I'm going to keep the helmet and the jersey. I'm going to keep the helmet and the jersey.
You can leave it here, but you don't want to keep them?
Well, my house is not big enough to keep all of that and show it around, so I guess some people can display it and value it maybe a little more than I would. So jersey, helmet, I keep those for now.
So guys, if you want to make a full action figure mannequin in your house of ARD, inaugural season, that would be the time.
Yeah, there's
Victoire d'Orléans, right?
Yeah,
How do they pronounce it in English?
Victoire. They're just, they have to learn how to pronounce it the French way. It's just Victoire. Whether you're French, English, any language, it's Victoire.
Yeah.
Our name doesn't translate. So, yes, I guess some of the Anglophones or Czech or Swede on the team pronounce it a little different than I would. But they're getting better at it.
Victoire de Montréal.
Yes.
Yeah, I was checking out that league yesterday because I'm not even gonna pretend I don't know much about women's hockey, and that's the problem, is that we're not fully exposed to that. The marketing is not quite there, but you are part of leading the way for young girl players and just for like general fans to start enjoying the league. So how does it feel, like this league? What does it represent to you?
Well, it's pretty cool to say that it's my full-time job and I don't have people questioning me about it anymore. I feel like before, in the past, between like the Olympics or the World Championships, people are like, oh, what do you do?
Yeah.
And you're like, well, now I'm like, I play for the Victoire, or I play in the PWHL, so people know that. And all the players are full-time. We have full-time staff. And
that's how it should be. Like, you guys
but it was the first
such a high
time.
level.
It's like the first time that it happened for us. So we worked on it for so long, and just the conditions for the players too. It's been pretty amazing. The support from the fans. We already had to move venues for year 2 because it was too small.
Right now, you're not at Place Belle?
So we're at Place Belle, yes, this year. We started at Verdun last year with a few games, and then Verdun was too small. Same thing for Toronto. They moved to Coca-Cola Coliseum because it was too small as well. So for year 2, it's a pretty cool problem to have.
Well, Place Belle is a great place to play.
Yeah, it's a fun one. The atmosphere, the systems, the videos, the sound, like everything is pretty amazing. It's just out of the way. This far.
Unless you want to move to Laval. Ew.
Yeah, I know. That does not sound. No, I like Laval. I love playing there. I live in the South Shore, so it's a little more complicated for me.
So for guys that don't know, guys, we're in the South Shore right now, and in Montreal, it's 45 minutes away, but Laval hates on Montreal. Montreal hates on Laval. Everybody hates on the South Shore. The South Shore hates on the North Shore. That's just how immature we are.
I don't have any of the hate. I just dislike the traffic. So after the game takes me 35 minutes to get home. Before the game might take me 2 hours to get there.
She's just being peaceful.
Yeah, so, well, I'm not from here, so I don't have this attachment.
Where did you grow up?
Charlevoix.
Charlevoix is Quebec?
So past Quebec City, like an hour and a half. Touristy, small town. So I don't have any attachment to Montreal. I just more on the practical side of things. The traffic gets me.
Yeah, because you got to get through like the whole Montreal, and then you might as well just buy a place.
When you have to cross 2 bridges, it's never good. Never a good day.
So Victoire de Montréal, she needs a condo in Laval. Make sure that you put down your next contract.
Yeah, I'll work on it. I'll work on it.
So for first year for this league, how is it different than the leagues before? Just inform us a little bit.
Obviously, the resources. So we had an investor that believed in us and that was willing to. So we kind of put like conditions what we thought we would need as a group to succeed, and we did market studies and all of that with some help. We presented it and this investor, which is Mark Walter, owner of the Dodgers.
Okay. Because the teams are amazing. There's New York there's Minnesota.
New York, Boston, Minnesota, Ottawa, Toronto, and Montreal. Some pretty cool markets.
That's strong.
So just that, like to have the good markets, to have the right facilities. They hired good staff members as well.
The marketing is great. Like the league looks great. If you go on their social media, like
it's pretty fun.
Yeah,
it's
they have a good
on the
team.
lighter side of things, and then we try to keep things light, but it's just that, and like you can't see the marketing. The games are on main TV too, which makes a pretty significant
difference. Where are
difference.
they on right now?
So for us in Canada, I'll talk for us in Montreal because I don't know. We're on RDS, Radio Canada. We're on Prime now. Prime is going.
Oh yeah, Prime is starting to air hockey games.
Prime is starting to buy everything. So we're on Prime.
But that's the way to do it, because when you want to watch a game, you don't want to wait. Like, you want to go on Prime and just be able to rewatch or whatnot.
So for us here, it's pretty good. It's a little more challenging in the U.S. side of things because there's no national really broadcast. So it's more regional. Since we only have 3 teams in the U.S., they want to make the games accessible, kind of a little more all over. So for the U.S., as of now, they're still available on YouTube. So people can go on YouTube and watch them. But it's not a thing in Canada because, well, we have national broadcasts.
Right. And did you get to choose the fact that you want to play with Montreal, or they reach out and say, Marie-Philippe Poulin, you like the biggest stars of Team Canada Olympics? Like, how does that come about?
We were, well, Pooh and I were some of the lucky ones. Yeah, MPP, Pooh,
I wouldn't dare call her Pooh.
Captain Clutch. She's got a bunch of names, the GOAT. So the way we built the league, we argued with the investor that it was important for each team to keep some of the players in market. So each team was allowed to sign 3 players, like free agents before the draft. So for us in Montreal, it was Pooh, me, and Laura Stacy that got to sign before the draft. So it was kind of a common agreement. I want to play here. They wanted me to play here. It all worked out. So it was kind of a natural fit. So we were pretty excited about that. So I got to stay close to home.
I'm such an advocate of, the time where like Maurice Richard, the local home team gets to draft first, at least like the main player.
Yeah.
It just adds so much more connection between the fan, the team, the player itself. I'm sure you're super proud to step on the ice and represent, Quebec, Montreal.
Yeah, especially for us being from Quebec, with the French side of things, the French media, obviously it's always more fun when you have players that speak the language for interviews, and also for us to be able to stay here, grow the market. And yes, people from Quebec really like their players from Quebec. Sure. So it's a good thing that we both stay here. So
they got to choose 3 players. They chose you. You're like, yes, right away.
Yeah, I was pretty much like right away, and other teams reached out, and I was like, nah, I'm going to stay.
Even with more money, you're choosing to stay in Quebec.
Yeah, Montreal was where I wanted to be. You're closer to family. It's my home province, and I was living here for 2 years before then, so I was like, I don't really want to move, and my partner is here as well, so I was like, it's easier for us as a group, and like we have a dog now, so
can't move.
I need to stay close to the dog.
You hear that, men players?
Do not trade me, please. Do not send me.
Did you have a no trading clause on there?
That wasn't an option, so hopefully I don't get traded anytime soon.
Like, I'm still mad at players like Vincent Lecavalier back then when we were growing up that didn't want to play here.
So it is tough though to play in Montreal. Like, I love the fans; they're so passionate, but it is a higher standard. You are more under the cameras. Everything you do, when you have a good day, they tell you. If you have a bad day, they make sure you know as well. Yeah. So it's a little more pressure, high pressure. So you need to like this. Some people just like to play for fun and kind of keep the things on the lighter side of things. So it comes with the market, and that's one thing we love.
Even me in Montreal, but I moved to Tampa.
Yeah.
So I can't. I should be mad at myself. Yeah. Everything is more scrutinized here. Everything is more. It's a tougher environment too.
Yeah, tougher environment, but it comes with the most amazing fans. Yeah. So it's kind of a balance of yes, people love, they care, they show up, they understand the game as well. They don't just show up to be in the stands and for an event. They love hockey, and it shows. How
about the other cities? Is it full arenas when you play too?
Ottawa, the Canadian markets do a little bit better just because of location. Ottawa plays downtown Ottawa, so pretty easy. Coca-Cola Museum in Toronto is pretty accessible as well. The challenge with Boston right now is that they're in Lowell, which is a little further away. Yeah. So create some challenges, not accessible by public transport. Yeah. If you play during the week, people work downtown. They can't get to the games. New York is moving to New Jersey.
Oh no!
So they're gonna
work out.
Well, I don't know, because they actually that was their best venue last year.
Probably
was New Jersey. Yeah, venue wise, and like the turnout. So we'll see how they do. They have their first home game actually tonight. So it's gonna be pretty exciting to see. And then Minnesota plays at Excel downtown too. So Minnesota is the state of hockey on the U.S. side of things. So they do pretty well as well.
I want to start following this league a lot closer. I really love the energy that they're putting in and the way that they're marketing all the teams.
Yeah, it's also, I would say it's obviously different than men's hockey, but we added body checking. But the rule is like you have to go on the same side, so no open ice face to face. Okay. They still kind of happen, but that's a penalty.
So I was catching up with like your play and just watching YouTube videos of you making your saves. You're so acrobatic. You're crazy on the ice.
Actually, people would call me more on the technical side of things. Really? But then sometimes I get bored or I just go wild and I'll do a good old 2-pad stack roll. I did one of those in the Olympics.
You reminded me of Bill Ranford. I don't know if you remember from the 90s.
So, no, I don't remember, but I remember
he's always windmilling.
Like, sometimes I just go kind of like, I'll do something crazy and then I'll do it.
You get tired of
I don't get tired.
And now you're just going.
Well, that game at the Olympics was against Switzerland. It was the second period, and I think it was 7-0 for us. And I saw the opportunity to do it, and I just did it. And everybody on the ice, my teammates, I stopped it. So that's good.
Team Canada, you're not hearing this right now.
I stopped it, and then we were just kind of all giggling on the ice when it happened. And they're like, "We can't believe you just did this at the Olympics." And I was like, "You know what? It worked out, so we don't need to talk about it. It made for a cool picture." So
that's awesome. Yeah. So inaugural season, 2023. This is the set that you've worn, and we're gonna go in for close-ups after. Yeah. This is the set that you worn the entire season.
The entire season. So it's pretty cool because obviously we have some
amazing colors.
I was going to say our colors are so different. Man, they're like kind of vintagey, the cream. We switch a bit this year, just the gray and we have navy now this year. So that's a little different with the new logo and the new team name. Yeah. So I decided to keep it pretty traditional. As you'll see, most of my gear is pretty traditional.
Oh, you want to bring in the camera actually?
Yeah.
Just, you have to place it right there afterwards. I don't know if too risky. Or I can bring it over. I love the fact here that it's crafted by Lefebvre. So for the guys and girls, we have to include the girls now too, because girls can be collectors too.
Yep.
Lefebvre used to make all the gear for Patrick Roy growing up.
Yeah, the Quebecers.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're the best. I'm so biased when I say this, but they're the best at making pads.
So actually now they have a factory overseas.
Yeah.
But most of the pro stuff, like mine, was still made here in Quebec.
Oh, really? So it's sewn here in Quebec?
Yeah, this one is still made in Quebec.
Saint-Hyacinthe or something, I think?
Terrebonne?
Terrebonne, okay.
Terrebonne, yeah. So there's still,
And now it's a huge family business, but back then it was Michel Lefebvre.
yeah, they're still all in the family affair.
It's amazing, huh?
Yeah, they all work.
It's amazing.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, the cream color, I guess, is not as common. So we don't have a white jersey, we have a cream jersey.
Yep.
So that's why I went with the cream. And like I said, I like to keep it pretty basic, so you won't see any crazy.
Do you choose the patterns? Do they send you a few patterns, and you go, okay, I like this color, that color, or
it depends on the brand of gear.
Okay.
Some of them you can go a little crazier and kind of do any graphic you want on them. Lefebvre True keeps it more traditional, where they have 3 different models of pads, and you just pick which color you want each zone. Okay. So there's predefined zone. You can go online under customizers and you can play around it. So that's usually what I do.
Do you get a special customizer, or you're like everybody else? You go on the site.
We get a special one because it gets in directly to your gear rep, so that it can, so it doesn't get lost in the system.
Perks of being a star.
But the customizer is the same as the in store. I was gonna say regular people, but as in store.
No, the customizer alone was already like overwhelming as enough.
Yeah, but it's so much fun to play with it.
There's too many varieties that you can do.
So I know. So I always start with the main color I want, so I'll put everything that color. So for this one, I went with the maroon. Just put everything.
Okay.
That's maroon, right? Burgundy.
Burgundy, maroon,
Yeah. So I just put the full gear and I kind of play around with the smaller zone to kind of see what I liked or not. Otherwise, if you don't have a base color, it can get pretty overwhelming real fast. Yeah.
So guys like Marty Brodeur, we have Brodeur's 2010 pads, or we have Richter's pads. They always had like three pair of the same models. Do you do that for games?
I'm not there yet. Maybe we'll come to a point where we have more than one, because obviously the more you wear the gear, the structure kind of gets a little softer and the feel's a little different. I guess we don't play 82 games just yet, so our volume's a little different for now.
How many games is per season?
This year it's 30. Last year was 24 because we started later in the season. It was kind of rushed a bit.
So you don't have time to like wear them out?
No, and then for me, I'll have my, usually my international set. We have some of those. So I'll have a Canada set and I'll have a league set. So then during the summer I'll alternate and then kind of go back and forth.
Since we're talking about Team Canada right now, centerpiece, well, that's where we know ARD from is 2022 Beijing Olympics. Like gold medal. That's, I'm guessing, also your most proud accomplishment.
Yes, it was a difficult. So a little story about me. I stopped playing hockey after the 2018 Olympics. We didn't really have a league. I did not have that much fun anymore playing, so I stopped playing. Went back to school. Didn't play for 18 months, and I got a call back. And then Hockey Canada asked me if I wanted to get back on the ice, give it another shot, and then I didn't think I would say yes, but then I did. Turned out okay for me. I guess I'm still playing many years later, but so to win that Olympic gold medal was truly special because I didn't think I was going to ever get one. And also,
you played it a lot too.
I played 5 out of 7 games. Played the gold medal once.
Yeah, like she
I
played that
out,
one.
So I had to rewatch it because I had no idea after the game what happened. No idea.
Wasn't there one game where you did like 50-something saves?
Yeah, I think it was 54 in the round robin against the U.S. So it was kind of cool that way to be able to. Yeah, and I think the gold. Yes, and I think the gold medal was about 30, 36, 38.
What was your defense doing?
Well, they score goals. So I don't care. I can get more shots if you score more goals. That's a good trade-off for me. So I'll take that.
You're like Grand Fury.
Yeah, I'm like, score more than two goals. Even if you give me more shots, we can deal with that. So that's kind of what happened. So 2022 is still my favorite. And it was also COVID. So it was not an easy time. We didn't know if we were going to be able to play, compete, if we were going to have the Olympics. So to kind of survive those few years and then to be able to get there and like kind of I forgot about COVID after winning. I'm like, yeah, it doesn't exist anymore.
Who cares about COVID?
Yeah, and I'm like,
I'll just cough.
So I was like, I guess those years were worth it because all I had to do was focus on hockey and practice, and there was zero distraction other than that. So
that's amazing.
It's pretty cool.
It's the first time I get to speak with an actual Olympic gold winning goalie. How does it feel?
Oh, it's so fun because, you know, when you're a kid, you dream of, like, even for me as a girl, my dream was to win the Stanley Cup, Game 7, overtime. But then I guess my dream just couldn't be that, right? So as you get older, you realize that that's not possible. So your next one is to win an Olympic gold for your country,
right?
Especially being from Canada. So I guess that it happened. So I'm one of the lucky one. And then you want to be that goalie that people jump in their arms after. I didn't break anybody's leg this time around. I did for another world championship. Yeah, I know,
you broke somebody's arm?
I broke somebody's leg. They jumped on me and I fell and broke their leg. So that didn't happen
I
in the
always
Olympics.
wonder, like, what happens when they jump in each other like that.
Yeah, broke somebody's leg.
Damn.
So that was great. Didn't happen in the Olympics, so nobody was on the stretcher for national anthem. So that was fun.
Yeah.
But it's just, you just want to be that goalie. And now I look back at those pictures and that it's like it was really me. And I never thought I could jump that high with goalie gear on. So
how old were you when you won that gold medal?
2022. So I was 25.
25.
Yeah.
Would you say you were old enough to, like, really enjoy it and just take it in, or?
Yeah, I won't lie. If I get another one, I'll definitely be even more mature and probably enjoy it even.
When's the next one? 2026?
February, in like 14 months.
Are you going to that one, you think?
Well, that's my objective. Obviously, it's the crazy thing. You think you win once and you can be like, oh, I've been there, I've done it.
Yeah.
No, it's addicting. It's like you want more and then you just don't want to.
Plus, you won that one knowing how hard it is to win, because you saw in 2018, it's not granted. No. It's like we always expect Team Canada to always bring back gold.
Yeah.
But it's not granted. And when you get that defeat, I guess it's like, it's really
Yeah, it is heartbreaking because in a way, when I came back, people are like, oh, you play for Canada, you must have got a gold. And you're like, no, silver. And people are like, oh, boo. And you're like, cool.
Only in Canada.
Yeah, I came back with a silver medal and you're like booing me. I was like, cool. But it's a very different, rough, just even with like attentions, media requests, all those kind of other things, it was significantly different between a gold and a silver. And
it means the whole world.
Well, it's the same for me. I'm way prouder of my gold medal than my silver. If you ask me to only bring one, I know which one I'm bringing. But yeah, it's kind of the same for people. So very different experience.
We're all so competitive. Like,
I don't like
when we want to be the best company, I'm sure Andre wants to be the best agent. Like, it's fun to be the best.
I'm a sore loser. Very sore loser.
I hate losing.
Yeah.
I won't say it, but of course I'll say it.
I'll say it.
I hate losing.
Yeah.
So what do we have here with Team Canada?
I'll keep the coolest one for last. So we have this one.
Okay.
I won it in the 2023 World Championship. The reason I designed this one
2023?
Yeah, so that was a silver against the US. And the reason this one is special is because we have a kind of a heritage jersey for Canada that is only white and like with a red leaf in the middle. So it's kind of more old school-ish jersey. So I actually had a second set of pads for that event. They're all black. They're not here, but I designed this one just to look cool.
You designed this one.
Yeah, I wanted the old school retro look of the brown looking pad with the pretty simple white jersey.
Like some Jacques Plante look going on
so
here.
I've had a few sets of brown pads so far. These ones are my favorite for sure. I had one at school as well, but it just, with the look of it just looks so fresh, so clean. And then so I got to wear them like a few games at Worlds, maybe 3 or 4, something like that.
What's the 595? Is it the model, or is there a special significance?
Yeah, it's just a model of the blocker. So there's a few. All our gears are usually easily customizable. The blocker is the most boring thing to customize.
Well, I really like the blocker. I'm actually admiring the inside of the blocker right now, and just the fact that it says like crafted by Lefebvre, and then you have your name on there, Desbiens. Like,
you all kind of say it. Cool. The blocker is fun to punch people. That's the best part about it. But no, I'm kidding. I don't do that.
She's happy.
But
we punch each other with that all the time.
I guess there's some. Yeah. Well, I'll show the difference. I guess there's.
It hurts, man.
There's 2 different.
They're really hard.
So you can either get the full cuff like this one does, or you can get the half cuff. So you see how this one doesn't have the back. So that's one thing you can customize that is different on these two. You can customize where the hand is. You can put it off center. You can move it this way. I have smaller hands than Pekka Renee. I see his pads right there. There's 6'5". So the inside of mine have like a smaller palm.
But you're a pretty tall athlete.
Yeah, I'm about 5'10", but compared to 6'5", not that much.
Sure. Like this is big on me.
So,
I'm only 5'8".
Yeah, so on the men's side of things, I would be the smallest goalie. On the women's side, I'm one of the bigger one. So it's a pretty significant difference. So
you don't make Team Canada for nothing.
I'm considered a big goalie in the women's side. I'm considered a really small goalie on the men's side. So you can kind of pick like the size of the palm. So mine are on average smaller.
So this was 2023 World Cup.
Yeah.
Is that how many games you play with this?
Oof, I would have to look exactly because I started 5 games in the event, but I wore the black set of pads as well. So I'm not sure how many times I wore each.
World Cup is every year, right?
Yes, every year. So this one was in Brampton, sexy Brampton, Toronto.
Almost as sexy as Laval.
Yeah, pretty much. The glove is usually pretty stiff for somebody who doesn't, because I don't wear this much. But this one is
not so bad.
This one is a game ready. Because I only wear it for World Championships, so when it comes, it's softer, so it's easier to close. Why do they get
so hard?
So this one is because otherwise it hurts.
What hurts?
Like when you get a puck.
Oh, okay.
So this one has less padding than what this one does.
Okay.
So if you get to practice with the gear, you don't want it to hurt every time you get a puck here.
Gotcha.
So the kind of balance is either it hurts more or it closes easy. So it's kind of a trade-off.
It's about time somebody explains it to me properly, because we have a pair of Craig Anderson glove, and I couldn't close. So
you have a practice one.
That's a practice one.
You have a practice glove. You have the pro glove. So this one is a pro. I don't have any practice ones. So pro is a little stiffer than the game ready. So there's kind of 3 levels.
She closed that with so much ease, and I'm like,
it's a habit. There's also different angles they close. I know for True, they have a 580, which is the old school Quebec. Dandies love it. It's like most of them use that one. It kind of closes weirdly, but people love it. The trade-off is when you put on the ice, there's a hole, the puck comes out. So it closes better, but there's always kind of trade-offs. So you kind of pick and choose. That's a 590. That's the most common one. 600 is another one.
So there's an angle that you need to use to close it. Yeah,
there's an angle. They can either close it like this, like that, or kind of in different ways. And every brand has different variation of it.
And when you make your glove save, you're supposed to close this completely.
Some goalies catch it. Lundqvist would catch it open.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So you could do that. So, you can close it sometimes, but better when you close it and the puck is in it. That means
technical talk is actually really fun to hear from a real pro. It's amazing.
Yeah. So that's for the glove. So you can decide the angle. You can decide the size of the palm. Again, you can decide like the stiffness. You can have 2 things for the basket or 1. I go double, but you can have just 1 big chunk of thing. You can put skate lace, regular lace. There's a lot of cool things we can do.
Cool. And the cool thing, guys, is we're gonna have ARD inscribe the actual season in which season or tournament where each set was played. Yeah, so this one, the red one, is the coolest one. Yeah, tell us.
So it was used in the 2024 World Championship. We ended up beating the U.S. in overtime in the gold medal game. So that was pretty cool. And it's also the tournament I became the winningest goalie in Women's Canada history for a World Championship.
Oh, wow.
There's no goalie in Canada, in Women's Canada history, that has more wins in a World Championship than me.
Who was the big name before you?
Kim St. Pierre would probably be second. So sorry, Kim. Got you there.
Sorry, not sorry.
I love Kim though. So
for sure.
And I think I'm only like about 1 win away from the Worlds. Like
how many wins is that?
I think it's 20 something. 20. I don't even know.
Okay.
I found that out after the game or after the tournament. Somebody told me. So that's how much I look at those things. So 20
wins is you're leading Canada's history.
I think it's 20 or 20. Yeah, I would have to look.
She just wants the record, but she doesn't care the number.
Yeah, exactly.
She just wants the title.
Yep. So I got the title. I won the gold. But that year I got the record and the gold, so I'm pumped about it.
It was a good year.
And again, we kind of went with the more traditional jerseys as well. So I kept the design pretty simple, pretty red, basic. So
2024, that's brand new.
Yeah. So I only.
When did you guys win that gold?
It was in April.
It was in April. Okay.
In April, and we were in Utica. United States. So,
another sexy area.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're going to Czechia this year, just outside of Prague. So that's gonna be maybe a little nicer.
So gold medal. This is a special piece, guys. Team Canada. Team Canada's colors.
Yeah.
No matter what Team Canada does color-wise, it always looks intimidating. It's just that red and the black.
The red is sharp. The red is very sharp. So
yeah, it's in your face.
Yep. Very aggressive color.
And plus, you guys are mean on the ice. Like, when we see that red coming, I don't want to be the other teams. Nope. It looks intimidating, especially that jersey that you guys have now, the black with
I was going to say, we have the all black jersey, which really is so sharp and it's so clean. But yeah.
If ever you want to put one of those jerseys for sale, we're right here. You know where
we only get one per event. And it's always the one we win that we played our last game in. And those ones are staying at home.
Would you say Andre that's one of the top sellers? The black jersey with the red writing?
No, the red jersey for sure.
People like the red?
People like the red. Because you recognize it a little more, but
how do they choose? Like, can they say gold medal, we're gonna go for the black jersey this time? Or how does it go?
So countries are on average, like hockey players, hockey staff, very superstitious. So the rule is we always have 3 jerseys for every event. We have to wear the jersey at least once. And if Canada loses in the jersey, we never wear it again.
For that tournament.
Yeah. So it's usually how it goes. So if you lose one game in round robin, that jersey gets scratched. And then you kind of move on. Sometimes we try to break the decision, but usually the country will pick the white or the red, just because it's more the country's colors and people like it. I think the players would probably pick black most of the time.
Yeah, really? Yeah. Which one is your personal favorite of all the jerseys?
The jerseys, the black one. Yeah, I have to go with the black one.
And do you have a pair of black pads that match the black jersey?
Yes, I do. And
it
looks really mean. It is a sick looking set. So that year in 2023, I had the brown pads for the red and the white jersey. And then I had the all black for the black jersey. So it's pretty cool.
That's just budget to look good, just to look good, really.
Hey, that's what goalie's being about. We're looking good. Well, that's half the job.
You know, back then, like the goalies, like we're looking at that. They kept the same pads like everywhere, same mask. And nowadays, you guys have so much more flexibility of I get to choose this color.
I'm currently wearing a Brother throwback set. That is the Heaton one. So
really?
With the so I got those one done for Hockey Canada this year. So because I had them as a kid growing up.
Okay.
And I never had the matching gloves, so I asked CCM if they could make me the full set.
That is
so I have the full set of those now. So that's my Canada set for the year. And then I have a different one for the Victoire. I kind of went with the logo on the bottom. Yeah. It looks super sharp too with some hidden feature on it. So really excited about both sets I have this season.
So you get pretty excited for gear too.
Oh, I get so excited for gear. It's the best time. And I can be in my living room for days, just mixing and matching colors. Yeah. And Matt, my partner, will design some too. And we argue about it for hours. And then my goalie coaches, their kids, a bunch of people just send me a bunch of designs. And sometimes when I don't know what to pick, I ask people for input. I also do that for my helmet if I want to come up with something creative, something different. So
do you keep the same mask all year, or right now do you just switch masks?
I have a Canada one again, and so I switch depending on which team I'm on. But no, I have one helmet for the full year. And this year, I asked the fans what they wanted to see on it, and everybody wanted to see my dog Bamboo having a pool party.
That's what happens when you ask fans stuff.
Yeah, crazy thing. So then I got. So because I have a pool, because I have a pool, I posted videos all summer on my Instagram of my dog loving the pool, jumping in it. So people wanted Bamboo to have a pool party on my helmet. So he has a pool party with UP. I invited UP because obviously everybody loves UP in Montreal. Yeah. And Bucky Badger, which is where I went to school. Yeah. So they're kind of just having drinks and fun in the pool.
So your back is a big old party on
the back. The back is a party.
Oh, the back.
The front is the front is a more serious part of things. And then, I just like the balance. And especially with the Victoire now, we have a lighter blue. So the pool kind of works perfectly with it.
Awesome. So, guys, I don't know. Oh, yeah, she brought us some really special sticks, too. Look at the colors on this. True. This is so light. Are you kidding me? And look at that, the handle.
Yeah, it's called a trigger grip. So I guess not many goalies have them. I do. And I started a trend with my national team goalies, so they both do as well now because they
Did you
like
come
it so
up
much.
with this concept?
Oh no, I did not come up.
With your glove.
Yeah, so we'll show it with a glove on. Well, I guess no. Sorry, OCD. I cannot mix and match the gear and the sticks. Sorry,
Superstitious much?
No, I am not superstitious. That just you cannot mix match the gear. The stick goes with this gear. So it's just easier to hold. Like I said, I have a smaller hand.
Yeah.
So your option is to hold it with the first finger or the second one. I like the second one better. It gives me more control over the stick and more strength. Also, if I had massive hands, maybe I would feel different about it. But with my smaller hands, I feel it gives me more control over the stick. So I like it quite a bit.
Yeah, you look like you have a solid grip on that.
Yeah, I know. I can slash. I can stop pucks. I can. No, I'm kidding. No,
so we got punching in the face and then you got slashing.
The glove is the
They
cat.
play as tough as the guys, man. They don't.
So yeah, so to show it without a glove, like most people would probably do it. It's a little holder.
Yeah.
Easier, but then you can also hold it. It's stronger, more control, and then I like it.
That's pretty low too.
Yeah, I know.
Talk about the sticks.
Yeah, tell us about which. That's obviously.
Well, the sticks match the gear.
Yeah.
So I'll let you guess which
was that
one is
2023 season?
Yeah, so that's a PWHL inaugural season. So there's a few of those, and then the color, like I said, matched the team pretty well, so it's really easy to see. And then this one goes with the red gear.
Is this from the World Cup?
Yeah, this is from the World Championship.
How many sticks do we have, guys? So the whole Ann-Renée Desbiens collection is gonna be presented at the same time, so you would be able to acquire either the sticks or the pads at the same time. You better not split up the sets, man. What I hate the most is when people split up their
Yeah, that's tough. That's really tough.
We're sticking it together, but you have to get the stick that goes with the glove.
Yeah, the sticks are pretty cool. So there's two sticks from the World Championship. There's 5 from the inaugural seasons.
Okay. This is from the latest 2020.
Yeah, that's from the gold winning.
Winning stick, guys. Gold winning stick.
Yeah, so that's from that event. There's the 2 of them.
That's cool.
Yeah.
This one saw a lot of action.
Yeah, that one saw more. This one saw a little less. Pucks. I remember this game. We actually started with a brand new stick, and the first TV timeout I had to switch it because it got a shot. I guess I stopped it because there's a chip. And then I was like, yeah, I should probably have a non-broken stick for the rest of the game. So I went and switched it at the first TV timeout of the game. So things happen.
Sticks have gotten so incredibly expensive.
Yeah, I don't pay for them, thankfully.
How much is a stick like that at the store? Like, let's say you walk into.
Because otherwise, I might put some of my cooler stuff for sale if I had to pay for all my sticks. So,
like, what is this? Like $500?
That's already? About 300, maybe new.
Oh yeah, they're insane now. Yeah. They're so light, guys.
They're made to perform. So if you play a lower level hockey, I would not recommend the higher ones because they're really made to perform for a short amount of time. So they don't last as long. That's kind of it's the same with the glove. You kind of have to give some things. So if you want the light performing stick, usually doesn't last as long as the heavier wooden stick would. So
that's actually good advice because you think pro lasts longer, lighter, but I guess they
really don't. They're meant to perform for a shorter amount of time. So
you just save a bunch of parents a bunch of money.
Well, that's my advice. If I would do this as a parent, I would definitely not. Or you can look for. Like sometimes there's some pro returns online too that people sell for a little less or things like that. But to buy those in store for your kids, I would make sure they don't break it on a post or on somebody's like.
My son's
I would make them be very careful with them.
He's playing with wood sticks.
Yeah, I know. My dad was like, "You better take care of that thing." So I did. I took care of him with the things.
And then we got 4 sticks from the true.
So we have
from
5
the
from the
season?
PWHL inaugural season, and we have 2 from the World Championship teams. I can probably.
What do you guys think we should inscribe? Inaugural season 2023 right here?
I think that's cool. That's
with a little autograph on the top here. I think that's going to make it extra special. It's just to
do
give
you think they want your autograph on it or mine?
Absolutely not. It's going to lose all its value and then nobody's going to buy it.
Just giving you
Nobody likes me.
They like you when you get cool stuff like this.
They only like to use me to get to your cool stuff.
That works because if you weren't there, they wouldn't. So.
But then again, I don't win gold medals for Team Canada.
Yeah. Guess it's a compromise. We all have our
This is
area of expertise.
yeah. This is so cool. Like you feel the grip here. It has
and it's
extra
grippy,
grip
so it doesn't
right here.
slip. You can also kind of customize that.
Like we have some game used sticks from like Jacques Plat or Sawchuck, and you just see how like things have evolved. Like, I'll just get it for fun. We're gonna wrap it up after this, but let's just do a little spin down history. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right here. It's between the legs of Patrick Raw here. Look at how heavy this is.
The tape job. Tape job is pretty
It's like a
impressive,
pallet
too.
that they would spank kids in school with. Like, look at how square and
you can
uncomfortable.
see the tree. Like Billy just took a tape and extended it down. Like that's what
is this material?
Looks. This is there's a lot of different. There's some foam in it. There's some graphite I don't even know what's all in there.
It's not wood anymore.
No, it's not wood anymore.
It's not a tree.
I swear to God, Flurry probably still use wooden sticks.
It's right there, the tree, man.
Yeah, you can see.
You smell the wood.
Yeah.
If you need wood fire, throw this in.
And you see the piece of the squirrel there. Too.
Yeah.
Man, look at it.
Like
Like they didn't even make it smooth. It's just like here's a piece of wood.
yeah.
Figure
And
it
the
out.
grip is from tape. You just have to put tape to have. I'm not sure what the texture here is for. You don't put your hand there.
Yeah.
Rebound control? Anybody knows? Yeah.
You're the pro goalie. You tell us.
Well, yeah, but they're
To reinforce the wood.
keep the wood from.
To make the tree more solid.
So it lasts longer.
Solidify that.
Yeah. So I guess. Yeah. See.
Look at this. Sawchuck stick from what?
Well, see, the
1960s?
wood is splitting here, so that's why there's tape.
Oh my god.
You can see the cracks from the back.
Guys,
you can see through.
it's une palette, là,
You
like,
can
for
see
real.
through, so you need the tape to keep it. so this one makes sense. This one, I guess,
awesome.
it prevented this from happening.
I love Ann-Renée because she doesn't hold it back. She says it and how's it. You put it up to the light and you saw the light going through the wood.
you can see.
Man, look at that! Look at that!
At least it's not big enough for a puck.
You can
but
get splinters just holding the stick.
yeah, it needs to be like conditioned, like oiled, so it doesn't get as dry as. What
So you
it
got
does.
like 50s, 60s,
Yeah.
70s. Do we have like a 90s like Hua stick or
Yeah.
something?
Oh, there's some. Yeah, that would be some.
But
more.
your sticks are so much lighter compared to these.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
awesome to see. This.
That's a workout.
That's why we got a.
That's a
90s
hybrid.
stick.
Yeah, that's kind of a. There's some that has like. There's some that have foam cores. I know some of the goalies still like this.
There's
so
a
this
Belfour
part-
stick right there.
Okay.
Yeah, Eddie Belfour. Still pretty
that's
heavy
pretty cool.
compared to what you guys are using.
Yeah, but then it's still like you can see they did some work to it. They kind of.
You ever play with like 90s pads? Like, did they get so
They
much
just
heavier?
look like it. They're just brown. But no, I do not. Well, when I was a kid, actually, I had. So I started with the rink gear.
Yeah.
Goalies, kids nowadays don't do that, but we did back then.
Yeah.
And it was like the old Cooper pads.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the cream.
the
looking
leather
pads?
ones.
They
like
were heavier than the one I have now. They were about half the size of this. So,
I can't believe how light your pads
Yeah.
are now.
They're pretty light, but yeah, they were crazy
Mhm.
heavy for how small I was back then.
Yeah.
And then you kind of just use whatever the rink had. And then when you would get taller, it was never matching. Now I get the matching stuff, so it's cool. But it was cool back then to just
So you
be
guys,
able to play.
what happens when you play really well? You get
Yeah.
pads sent to you.
Yeah, you get pads and you can choose the colors, design them, and then you can get special equipment for special events as well.
So, Ann-Renée, like we're so privileged to just to chat about this stuff
Yeah.
with you. You're so funny. I love hearing all this stuff. What we're gonna do is we're gonna have specific letters of authenticity, LOAs that describe which season, which World Cup.
Yep.
We're gonna have little special inscriptions done. Shout out to Andre. What is it? Premium autographs.
Yeah.
So I don't know if on premiums you guys could get like signed jerseys, signed stuff.
Yep.
By ARD. But that's gonna be awesome. We're gonna put all those links below. We're gonna be working together just to like bring all the memorabilia fans onto this too. So now you got the new league, you got the memorabilia.
I was excited.
Where are the action figures?
Yeah. Oh God, bobblehead. We need a bobblehead.
You say that, but people love that. How do you
I
call
know,
those?
they're so funny.
Funko Pops.
What's that?
You've
The
never
Funko
seen
Pops?
like the big head.
Oh God, my head does not need bigger. It's all good.
But if you guys are looking for the real deal, like the game worn memorabilia, we're gonna be aiming to launch the collection early 2025. It's going to be the ARD collection. Yeah, we're going to do it well. We're going to have proper stories for each of the pieces. And if you guys want a piece of Montreal hockey, women's hockey, Team Canada hockey, it's going to be a place to be, man. So, Andre, thank you for bringing this up to us. ARD, thank you so much for taking the time to come just chat with us. You're such an awesome person, and it's a privilege to have you here.
Chatting gear is always fun.
Gear Talk.
Yeah, Gear Talk.
First episode of Gear Talk, because we have mask talk.
Okay, it doesn't get old.
But
the masks are cool, but they're not for sale.
Next time you could bring it just for show and tell.
Okay, I can show. But
we just talk about it.
Yeah, we can do that. But they're coming home with me.
Thank you so much, ARD.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Pleasure.
Bye.